I was not late. That is a fabrication.
Is that you? Mudfoot, I know you're here.
Hey, Dragonfly. Think I can get the $80 you owe me now?
Silence! Silence!
And we back in this motherfucker. ATG TV merch, baby. Get yours today. Let me get to the comments right quick. What is up, Whoop, we'll put that back on and then get the comments, genius. Now we're cooking with hot grease. Hey, there we go. Look at that. What's up, everybody? This is Murph, the Dirty Kenzo. This is Murph at 420, bringing common sense back to YouTube. I am your humble host, Murph. Welcome, everybody. This is the only podcast on YouTube where we deal with a little bit of common fucking sense. The world needs it nowadays. Trust me. The song you just heard in the beginning was Hometown Hero, followed by a few great clips that your boy has pulled together. As we always do at this time, if you smoke them, if you got them, fucking smoke them. I was lost on what I was saying there. But we're going to say our hellos to the top. Okay. Got to scroll a little more. There we go, baby. Rebirth season. You already know. Salute to my amazing queen, as always, Queen Kels. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Cooking with Kels Thursdays, 7 Eastern. Kels and myself do a cooking show. She fries the foods. I fries our brains. Kels is dropping our hashtags over here. She does every time. We greatly appreciate that. And we'll run through those. So a big salute to the day ones. Remember, you're a day one on day one as long as you rock with the family. Kels calls me the illest beat and song creator. Song in the beginning, along with 53 others. You can find them on my page. There's a playlist for them. 50 of them, 50 of the 50, I'm sorry, 49 of the 53 are still for sale, for lease. Email me. We work something out. A little better than the stock music some of these companies will give you here. So we definitely appreciate that. And of course, that's wifey. She's always going to support. She is the queen she-wolf. All the ladies around here are the she-wolves. A CWK is Cooking with Kels. Not safe for work warning. We smoke, we curse, we talk a lot of shit. Your boss might not like that. Also, this is a parental advisory warning. If you are a parent, your child's on the internet, and you can hear my voice right now. That little bad motherfucker out of here ain't supposed to be here. You ain't supposed to be here. A big salute to our work warriors, whether you're beginning, in the middle of, or ending your shift. We really appreciate you guys. Once again, Murph at 420, Cooking with Kels, Murph's Music Minute, all those shows brought to you by Dirty Kenzo Productions, DKP, Forever, CWK. Kel's dropping them links all over. Make sure you guys are following on IG. Yeah, that is a fact. We also have Patreon now. You want to become a member, support the movement from the ground up. Patreon.com/theDirtyKenzo. You can contribute with your time by enjoying the live podcast, being a part of the live chat. That's contributing, liking, subscribing, sharing, word of mouth. That is the currency here on the YouTube street, so to speak. But if you're feeling generous, you want to tip the DJ, tip the host, we got the Cash App, Zelle, all them good joints. But again, your view, interaction, comments, likes, shares, etc. is worth its weight in gold. So we appreciate you guys. Vic LFM, my brother. What's goody with you? Breezy Bree. Yeah, y'all saying I was late. I was not late. I hit start at 4. As soon as it went from 4:19 to 4:20, I hit go live. Then I wait 30. Then I drop a 30. And then I drop the song, and here we are. 10 minutes in, and I ain't even through the what's up yet. That's how we roll. Salute Breezy. Make sure you guys are subbing to Breezy as well. Miss Rain, good to see you as always. Here's me in the chat arguing that I wasn't late. Kel's telling me I was late to my own birth. Oh, it jumped. Hang in there, kiddos. We don't like to miss nobody around these parts. How you doing, sweetheart? Miss Haley. How you doing, Haley? Our sis across the pond. We appreciate you. As always, content creators, if you're wrenched, feel free to drop those your page. We want to get everybody over 1,000 in the community. Quite a few still need to reach that mark, so we definitely want to try to show support to everybody. Again, anybody with a wrench, drop it. You see someone who's a content creator without a wrench, please drop theirs as well. Rich the Cave, our sector's own radio station. This man is a fucking saint. Great heart, great person. Rich is a really good guy, really good show. Great tunes for sure. Check them out. Oh, also, Rich, go to back 1 second. I was sitting next to Kels earlier when you were saying about you can use my music, any of it, anytime for sure. You are definitely any of you guys. Like I said, if you want to make it your intro, you could buy the song. You know, it would be yours. It wouldn't even be mine anymore. So, you know, that's available. Leasing where it's still mine, but you get to use it. There's so much stuff we can work out. So with good people, I'm definitely willing to work. Kenny Cut. Make sure you guys are subbing to Kenny. Great conversations over there. Very similar. Kenny's a good brother too. Speeding along. Make sure we're not missing anybody here. I got a quick jump. If you're in the bushes, say what's up. Unless you are one of these busters. If you're a buster, don't. Hold on. I had to pull up the backup phone. Look at that fucking battery percentage. Fucking 3. This thing is holding on by a prayer from yesterday, boy. I'll tell you that. That's facts. Oh, yeah. Rich is I enjoy Rich's lives a lot. I think we're caught up. Nope. There goes another. Hold on. Excuse me. Get rid of that right here. D.O. True LES Talk. Make sure you guys are subbing to True. Make sure you're hitting my brother Barn up for the merch. I do have the exclusive. I am the only one with the wolf. Barn's animal of choice is the lion. But I'll show you what we're rocking with. See, we got the lion. We got the wolf. Got the tan dickies with the bandana in the back. I'm not a gang member. That's punk rock shit. Guito, salute, brother. Welcome in. I do ask any content creators over 1,000 with the capabilities, please give us a share. We want to bring in as many people to the community as possible. I'm going to show you guys a quick doodle. Cooking with Kels. Quick doodle. This whole thing took me 5 minutes. Not even. I haven't graffitied in a long time, though. All freehand. I was never a graffiti artist. I just like to draw. Well, what's going on with everybody? Today is 3T, Trash Talk Tuesday. You got a problem with somebody? Bring that shit on up here. We're going to drop another song in a minute just to get keep the vibes flowing. Welcome, everybody, whether it's your first time or your 1,000th. We definitely appreciate you. Salute to my bae, working hard, never hardly working. But, yeah, guys, Trash Talk Tuesday, as I said, sometimes in life you're going to run across people you just can't get along with. And, you know, people say, bury the hatchet, stop the book. And I could agree. If someone's a friend, a family, and it's worth burying the hatchet, sure. But there are a few out there that just can't redeem themselves. Every time they attempt to redeem themselves, they double, triple, quadruple down on the same fuck shit. You're seeing people who made them mistakes, same mistakes, correct them, become better people, move forward. And then when you have people saying to you, change the perception about yourself, they still ignore it when the proof is in front of them. So, you know, it always comes back down to the same answer every time, in my opinion. When they say, hey, man, you should bury the hatchet with that asshole, I just hit him with a fuck that. JD, German lady, salute, welcome, welcome. That's a fact, Alan. Right in his fucking melon.
Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. To the beat, to the beat, to the
y'all. To the beat, the beat, the beat, y'all.
Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that.
The beat, y'all. To the beat, to the beat, to the beat, y'all. To the beat, the beat, the beat, y'all. To the beat, to the beat, to the beat, y'all. To the beat, the beat, the beat, y'all.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
Sounds like a whip. Sounds like a whip. Sounds like a whip.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
Sounds like a whip.
And we're back, guys. I am going to drop the link. Anyone wants to come up, air some grievances out. It's Trash Talk Tuesday. That hit fucked me up. Jesus Christ. Taste dollars. Taste back for a few times, so we definitely got to wrench them up. After you come a few times, we know who you are here. You'll definitely be wrenched up. I do appreciate everybody checking in. I did see his music was playing. Be Real JB, my brother. German lady, Gito. Salute all y'all. Taste Brooklyn, Taste Dollars, my bro. Salute to all you guys. The cap on this soda is like, fuck, this soda's going to get flat. Thank you, Breezy. I appreciate that. Yeah, all them songs, guys, I make them on my freaking phone. It's crazy. Actually, I might have the music thing on my backup phone. Let me check real quick. I can kind of show you guys how it works. I do. Okay. So I'll give you guys a quick, just to show you. Let it load up, of course, but. Linda driving but listening. Appreciate you as always, sis. Great to see you, Linda. Linda's a real one, guys. All right, so this is how it'll load up, right? My music. Let's see if I don't know if I have anything on here. Come on. Oh, I only have She Said on here. Okay. Let's see. All right. Here's one that I just stopped working on, but I'll show you guys through that. All right, so see it loading. Wake up. Oh, there we go. So you guys will see you get 8 channels. Here you and then you have these little guys on the side. That's it. Okay. So right there you have volume, effects where you can manipulate the sounds. The third one down is where the notes would be, so you could change your note structures. And the bottom one is for a microphone for voice recordings. So I'll just show you what we're working with here. Push play. The screen wouldn't rotate. Oh, why are we having no sound? Oh, I turned it down. That would help. Turn some shit off. And that is literally how I make every song you've ever heard on my page. I make on this right here. We'll start a new one with you guys here real quick. All right. So what I always do first is I go to the notes. You see, they all start as A's. And then we'll go C, D, F, G. A, C, D, F, G. And we'll just pick something here. Anything off the random. All right. So we got a saxophone here. So we just picked that saxophone. Then we'll just add some, we'll add a little drums. A little guitar. That's it, guys. So yeah, the app is Music Maker Jam. Any of you guys are interested, you know, it gives me something to do. It's almost like a game, you know what I mean? In some ways, it's like a game, but occupies the time, that's for sure. Let me just make sure I turn this down. All right, I think we're back. Make sure I haven't missed anybody in the chat. DBN, my brother. I see you, my dirty brother. We got 13 rocking out with us. We appreciate you guys. We did drop Hometown Hero in the beginning. I'm going to drop another song at this time. This is basically, you know, a drive home style show, unless we have a topic. We do come with topics once in a while. Just wanted to freestyle, touch base. You know, if anyone's interested in paneling, please let me know, and I'll definitely we'll take care of that. But on that note, let's get the people dancing with the official theme song for Cooking with Kells International.
Come, follow me, come, follow me. 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 National, this international, this international, this international, this international, this international, this international, this
That's exactly what it is, brother. That's exactly what it is. Hey! 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 Let's go! Hey!
national, this international, this international, this international, this international, this international, this international, this international,
1,
This
2,
is
3, let's go.
National.
Oh, hello there. I wasn't expecting you. Yes, I was. Kathy, salute. Great to see you. Taste, yes, that's basically what it is. A beat maker has the equalizer, all that shit right on it. There was something else I wanted to say. Something in the chat might remind me. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Exclusive to the Patreon. Definitely become a member before Thursday, guys. There will be exclusive content up on the Patreon only. But when that plays during Cooking with Kels, like before our camera turns on, we always find ourselves just like dancing to it and shit and having fun. So this week we're going to film that. And that's going to be exclusive content up on the Patreon. So definitely become a member today. 3 tiers. The cheapest is $4.20 a month, then 10 a month, and then the max is 30 a month. For the 30 a month, you're damn near a partner in the company almost. So definitely check that out, guys. Kels is dropping all my links. Kels dropped a direct link to the Patreon. It's like, I think with tax, it comes to like $5.50 for the smallest plan. And to this point, with no merch, you know, even in the second tier, it literally says first dibs on future merch, you know, because we're not always there yet. I mean, we're not there yet, you know what I mean? So once we are, we'll be in full effect. We will be doing both the Cooking with Kels merch and the Dirty Kenzo merch through ATG TV, ATG Barn. Hit him up for all your merch needs, guys. He's getting the hang of this shit. I mean, this has been washed 4 times and it's still, you know, no phrase, still real smooth. And that's you know what we hoping for here. So today I am smoking on, I am out of flour. That's very sad. But I have some Omega 10 Flying Monkey Fruity Pebbles. This is that work right here. These are just so these are disposables. You get them for about $30 to $40, usually about 1 gram to 2 grams of the oil. What they do is extract the terpenes from the plant, and they use that. It's called Delta 10 THC, legal in medical states. Should be legal in, you know, recreational states, I would imagine. But appreciate everybody rocking out with us. We are at 10 minutes till 5. We're about to hit that half-hour mark. Rich, thank you for always complimenting the music, brother. You are the man. We appreciate it. But yeah, future merch will be coming. I'm trying to just wait a little bit so Barn can kind of get through his orders. I don't want to be back ordered forever, you know. So once he can get like his you know, there's orders in. So once those orders can get shipped and we're at a place where we can, you know, sit down and brainstorm together, I have a ton of ideas for what I'd like to see, you know, merch be. So and the Cooking with Kels he's working on already. He's going to make a hoodie for Kels, which will be basically like prototype. So yeah, guys, stay tuned for all that. Again, become a member on Patreon. You can just like and subscribe here. I do not have membership on YouTube at this point. We will very soon. I am not monetized at this point. You know, this is a page for and by the people. Yes, we're over 1,000. Yes, we have our 4,000 watch hours. No, we are not. Push the button monetized. So, you know, this is a page for and by the people. We, you know, contributions, donations, things of that nature are how we keep the lights on around here. So again, feel free to hit any of them, but just you guys tuning in is worth its weight in gold for sure. This is not a pregnancy test. This is a vape, but I'm going to pee on it anyway. I'll see you later.
Dragonfly. Think I get the $80 you owe me now?
This is what I say to Layla right here.
Silent.
Silence. Silence. Kathy, these are good. They put them in indica, sativa, and hybrids. Personally, me and Kels, we like the sativa. Excuse me, we like the indicas better. More the head high. Takes my old lungs away. I'll tell you that. Check me. But yeah, I keep forgetting what I'm talking about. So I guess that's a good sign. Fro's growing in nicely. Look at this, John. Look at this, John. I gotta throw it out. Hat hair like a motherfucker. Just cut my goddamn ear shaving. We getting there. We getting there. But yeah, guys, appreciate everybody rocking out with us. Once again, most of those songs are available for lease or sale. I can't see my face in the camera. And I'm conceited as a bitch. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, guys, let's see. That's how I feel, DBN. I agree with that. Let me see. I'm trying to put the comment out. I gotta jump there. There we go. Give me pure indica. I can't say that I would fully go that route. I would say 80-20. Give me indicas 80 to 20. Because sometimes you do need that sativa. Ease the muscles, you know, the joint pain. But I don't want to get inspired when I see. I do. I guess that's the difference. I look for those inspirations. That's when my songs come out, my skits. That's when as soon as me and Kel smoke, I'll think of something funny, run it by her. She'll be like, yeah, that is funny. I'm like, all right, let's film it. Dawn, welcome in. Welcome in. Great to see you as always. Layla, we got the bro fro. The bro fro. All right, guys. So we're going to keep the music going here. I really have a topic tonight. I'm not seeing too many people jumping at the bit to click that link there either. So, okay, we did Hometown Hero. That is the theme song. We did Fuck That. And we did International, the official theme song of Cooking with Kels. All right, so next we will run. We'll get everybody moving in their seats with a little dance track. Save Me. Smoke them if you got them.
Save me.
Feel free, Rich. Definitely would appreciate it. DBN hit him with the psych. Fucking Jota crap. Your mother. Yeah, babe, I brought a dog home. No, ain't no fucking dog park. My God. Hit that like button for me. That like and that subscribe is like a tip for the YouTube content creators. That's a fact. shit. What up, Scotty? Chaser, cheek chaser. I'm in the kitchen today, not the basement. Here we go again. This the part where the Latinas shake their asses on their guys. Go Latinas, go Latinas, go Latinas, Puerto Rico, Dominicano. Cheek chaser. I saw Scott. Yeah, I saw he just became a grandfather. That's crazy. He's only like 2 years older than me. We appreciate you, Duke. And we motherfucking back. Scott, appreciate you, brother. Salute to family of the page, the Philly captain. I was saying he's only a year or two older than me. I seen he recently became a grandfather, so I do know his kids are a little older than his oldest kid is a little older than mine. So I mean, I guess it makes sense. Congratulations to him, Cheryl, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Whoever, to the whole family. I'm not sure which child it is, but salute to Cap and Mrs. Cap for sure. Two amazing people. Love them people for sure. My brother ATG in the building. Make sure you guys check out Barn again. Another free promo for his ass. It's adding up. I'm going to check your tab. I'll just check right here. As I thought, 1 billion fulfillion gazillion dollars. Damn. Be the way it goes, Barn. Be the way it goes. Oh shit. Yeah, I seen Frank Beans. I'm like, who the fuck? My man Scotty. That basement joke is a legendary one. He used to say, "Help! I'm tied up in the basement." We said Philly Cat was trying to capture me. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna drop the link again. Feel free. Holy shit. Really true. I didn't see anything about that. Damn. Prayers up for those families. That's a fucking fact. That's wild. Children. Like, we ain't had anything happen with children since, Sandy Hook, man. Ay, ay, ay. Pammy. I'll drop the link again, guys. I am genuine. Anyone who wants to come up, feel free. Born True, anybody, topic, we could take the topics from there. But let me do a quick news search here. Let's see what we come across. Breaking. Yeah, I don't want your stupid fucking commercials. Huh. Now this is weird. Is this something else?
And it looks like they have pushed that crime scene tape.
Okay, so an hour ago they were saying 2 dead. Now they're saying 14 dead. Hopefully they're.
This is too much for
So as soon as this commercial's over, we'll turn it up and listen together, guys. I got ABC News is live, so 35 fucking ads. Jesus Christ. How you doing, Pammy? Great to see you. Talk about it, Haley. Come out the bushes. We all friendly in Murph and Kelso. Just wipe your dirty feet. Yeah, no problem. I'll be on for a little bit. Come on, 2020. Get over with it. All right. We'll listen together, guys. Salute ABC News.
We're continuing our coverage here with this breaking news of this school shooting in Texas. Multiple sources confirmed to ABC News that an 18-year-old male suspect is dead after an active shooting was reported at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas, just outside of San Antonio. We learned multiple children were shot inside that school. Sources telling ABC News as many as 14 dead, including several children in this Texas elementary school shooting. Again, that number, very hard to report. Again, early reports tell us that 14, according to sources, 14 people are dead, including children. As you take a look at the scene there, law enforcement, there's a very large law enforcement presence. They're on that scene where school officials are warning people, including parents, to stay away from the campus at this time. The school posting an announcement on its website saying, please do not pick up students at this time. Students need to be accounted for before they are released to your care. You'll be notified to pick up.
Could you guys imagine what these parents are going through?
That announcement also, again, on the school's website, notifying parents that students are being transported to a nearby civic center for reunification. You can imagine it is a confusing and chaotic scene there in a very rural part of Texas there. You see some of the images that are coming out of that community there, assuming that those are parents who are running toward the scene, trying to get to their children. But again, the school putting that alert up on its website, telling parents to stay away from the scene and to go to a nearby civic center where they will be able to be reunited with their children. But at this hour, sources telling ABC News that as many as 14 dead, including several children in that Texas school shooting. It happened earlier this afternoon. Again, a large law enforcement presence on that scene. We understand the FBI, ATF, DHS, the Justice Department, also the federal investigation and federal assistance that will be launched to help the local authorities there in Texas. You see people who are lined up along the fence there, a number of Department of Public Safety and there in Texas. Those officers also on that scene of Robb Elementary School. We understand, according to sources, that the 18-year-old suspect, at first there were reports that he was taken into custody, but we now understand, according to sources, that that 18-year-old suspect is dead. We also understand that, according to our investigative reporter, Aaron Katursky, that there was gunfire inside the school. The earlier reports and preliminary reports were that the gunfire was outside and that this was an incident mostly outside, but we understand that the shots were fired inside. There are a number of questions at this hour right now, including were these students targeted? How did this all play out inside this school? Again, a very rural community, about 60 miles from the Mexico border there in Texas. Again, we just got this information in that parents are asked to pick up students at the regular dismissal times at their child's campus there. There will be no bus transportation. Authorities just trying to get as much information out to these parents because, as you would imagine, the feelings that are going through them, the emotions that are the raw emotions that are going.
Wow. Prayers up for Texas as a whole, that school. Could you imagine, guys? I don't even want to fucking put this into our heads, but imagine you hear of something like this happening and you can't go get your kid. That's what we want to do right away. Protect them, go get them. Like, you know what I mean? And you can hear a shooting at a relative school and you're going to shoot over and get your kids. So, you know, definitely prayers up for all those parents that, sadly, their children may not make it home. We don't have, you know, as you guys heard the news report there, they're not they're not going to release the, you know, the numbers of the children, 14 total. It's very sounding, you know, first thoughts. It's sounding very reminiscent of, you know, Sandy Hook. What is it with 18-year-olds? Both mass shooters are 18. Sandy Hook, he was 19. Like you're quote a man, and you're shooting children, babies. I just don't fucking get it, man. I just don't get it. Yeah, Haley, I understand. I agree so much. I mean, it's saying, at least they're saying, you know, they're releasing them to the Civic Center, so parents can pick them up from there. Yeah, Breezy, that's what we're talking about right now. We just, True just was telling us as well. It's fucking horrible. They're saying, when we just had the news, they were saying 14 people. They just said including children. They didn't give a number. But it's just fucking crazy. Like, if you're 18 and that's an elementary school, even if you have a gripe with people in that school, you've been out of there for 6 years. It doesn't make sense. I never understood that with Sandy Hook. I'm like, they said that the kid's mom worked at the school. And I'm like, if he's 19, he ain't been in elementary school in 10 years. But that, you know, in my opinion, that's a good thing that they put him down. That was my issue with the kid in Buffalo, especially after I seen the video of Buffalo. How could you? I wouldn't even. That's a monster. That's a monster. You don't let them live. Should belong in the morgue, not a jail cell. You know. So I am. I do understand. I'm very opinionated on this. We do get very passionate about things like this, especially parents. I can only speak for myself. I do know I sometimes come off very aggressive, but when it comes to your children, you know, there's nothing that would stop most of us, let's be honest. But yeah, guys, I'll play a little more of the news clip in a second here. I guess we were freestyling, you know, this will definitely give us the topic and something to think on, something to pray on, and it's very horrible. So if you're just tuning in with us, guys, salute to Breezy and Dio True Les Talk, dropping in the chat about what just happened. Texas, 60 miles from the Mexican border, as a rural town in Texas is reporting a mass shooting, as many as 14 dead, including school children. This was an elementary school. And let me just say, you know, I know sometimes when we see these things, we start to feel like, what's the world becoming? But on the same token, I feel like we've been here for a while. It's just media is so instant nowadays. You know, something like this were to transpire in the 80s, let's say, I don't know, fucking in the middle of Iowa, you wouldn't hear about that until your nightly news. And that's not even guaranteed that would be your local news. So. Scamula, welcome in. Make sure you guys are subbing to Scamula. She scams the scammers, trolls them. It is hilarious. It will definitely give you a laugh. Breezy, they said he was dead. They're reporting he's dead. The shooter is dead, they're reporting. Okay, I did see something about that babe shot his grandmother before he went to school. Jesus Christ. I was happy to be distracted with the Amber Turd trial. That's a whole circus in its own, right? Dawn, yeah, there's a lot of weird shit going on because of these Reddit platforms and things where people are uncensored. You know, people might write something racist, but you have to look into it to make sure it's not, quote, trolling. Like, is this an actual hateful person that will kill because they, you know, they hate another race? You know, it's funny when it happened in Buffalo. My son is me and Kel's son. He's almost 19. But when it happened, and he could tell it was a racist agenda. The shooter had a racist manifesto. That's the word I was looking for. He just looked at me and he was like, it bothers you. As a human, it bothers you. Especially we've seen the videos. So, once you're saying it is a lot different than hearing it. But it's hard to sometimes explain these things to our children. Like, could you imagine? Try imagining for 2 seconds trying to explain racism to an alien or someone that's been under a rock for 20 years, so to speak. Imagine that you're telling your children, or you're telling this person, people hate people because of their color, nothing else. They don't even know the person. You know what I mean? That's hard to understand. We understand prejudices as people. You get that naturally. If you're in a crowd of skinny people, the heavy girl gets made fun of. You're in a crowd of heavy people, the skinny girl gets made. People kind of do that stuff naturally, but I don't know, guys. It's a rough one when it's kids. Breezy says they're not my kids, and I'm crying. What the fuck? Yeah. I agree with you, Breezy. I might be, crying on the inside more than the out, but it's just fucking horrible. Looks like a scary scene. It does. I mean, I just had the news playing here, and they have it completely surrounded. And that's something like, come on, man, with the fucking elementary schools. Columbine was the first big school shooting I ever heard of. Fuck me up. I agree. It was the first one. It was also on 420. So that's why it always kind of stuck out in that. But they did it on 420 because that's Hitler's birthday, not because it's, National Weed Day. But, I mean, you can't say, at least, or it's better than. But with that being said, at least Columbine was high school students. You know what I mean? I don't want anyone to be shot. Don't take what I'm saying in that way. But I mean, you're a grown man shooting elementary students like that. Like Columbine was students shooting their fellow students. You don't know what bullying transpired. Not that it's ever right, but you don't know what transpired to that. These little kids were not bullying this 18-year-old. Oh, Scamula, it's fun. I have a great time over your lives. I laugh. Holy shit, Che, are you fucking serious? Monkeypox is being blamed on bi and gays. That's going to open doors to all types of hate. Facts. Hate acts. Shaking my head. Wow. I didn't think you'd see that in this day and age. You'd see the finger pointed at, the LGBTQ plus community. Wow. It's definitely a hard pill to swallow, guys. Yeah, my son has already said, publicly, he said, you can't be smart and racist. And I'm like, damn, that's a good point. Most racists are dumb as fuck. But there is a such thing as scientific racism. So, come on, Pop. You texting me late as shit. I agree, Pammy. I agree. So much going through your head. And that's so horrible, like I said, making these parents that you don't know if it was you don't know if it was your child. Just sitting there waiting for a phone call, just to see if it's your child or if you can pick them up. That time must feel like a lifetime. I mean, listen, guys, I know a lot of people don't always like to hear this, but in these situations, I feel if more people were armed, things like, I mean, this is Texas, so, I mean, we can't really hide around that. Little old ladies got fucking magnums in their purses in Texas. They ain't playing. But, it's when things like this happen, people jump to the extremes. Take all the guns. And it's like, do you know why we have the right to bear arms? Not just You know, it's for protection, but it's for protection against everyone, including your own government. So, you know, I guess what you would call a constitutionalist. I kind of lean that way some. I'm all about, you know, freedom. We grew up American for a reason. I'm all about freedoms. We'll put that on the screen. Venezuela, stay away. We don't want monkeypox. If it's being blamed on the gays and bis, stay away, Reyes. Stay away. That's funny, DBN. Chase said, the hillbillies up here where I'm at eat that kind of dumb stuff up. It's ignorance at its worst. That's what it is, Shay. Like I said, like the kid said, you know, you can't be smart and racist. What do you want? You hear me say your name?
Using my quotes.
I'll use your quotes whenever the fuck I feel
No,
like.
them using.
You came out my balls.
And I'm outshining you. Don't get mad about it.
Haley says, we can't have fuck all here. Only a whistle and a grape alarm. Ooh, that's going to work. I like the woo at the end, Haley. Ooh, that's going to do something. That's what the funny thing is. I heard someone say the other day, take the guns like they did in England. And it's like, you know, people are still getting shot in the UK every day, right? Like illegal. When you ban guns, the bad guys don't listen. Just like when you said drugs were illegal, we still sold them. We still did them. Like we don't, not everyone's going to let, you know, guns are banned. Well, I guess my life of crime's over. Here you go. Guess I have to become a citizen now.
Mass shootings in Britain are damn near non-existent. That's why the one time it'll ever happen.
That's a fact, Pam. Criminals will get guns regardless. Scamula, I will agree with this. I will agree with this point. There is definitely a gun obsession in this country. You know, the right to bear arms didn't mean you needed more guns than you could carry. You know, there are people who get ridiculous with it. But again, you know, that was written into the Constitution because it had happened time and time again where even one's own country, you know, was kicking in doors. So it was, over here, it was, we're going to protect ourselves. We're not going to let you be able to do that. So that's why that was written in there. So, you know, when people say we don't need assault rifles, we need everything the Army got. That's kind of how that is supposed to be. You know, that was kind of the thinking behind it. You know, 1776. Oh, the military has muskets. You should have a musket too.
Yeah, should the people have like Tomahawk missiles and tanks just like the Army does?
Well, no,
and
yeah, well, exactly. That's where you have to find common ground to draw that line.
Because there are some guns the military has that most other countries consider like horrific.
Well, that's what it is too. I mean, you have to look at the Geneva Convention. You have, you know, things of that nature to see what weapon is other than chemical is considered a war crime.
The Germans in World War I thought shotguns were overkill, and we still fucking use them anyway.
That's true.
I mean, I know Germans aren't a good example of morality or anything.
No, but when the shotgun and the sawed-off shotgun did come out, they were revolutionary.
Would trench with a shotgun, kill 3 people.
And by World War II, they were coming with flamethrowers. So that's where you got to ask, like, where is that line in the sand? What is, quote, overkill? If you're fighting an army of handguns, you don't need a missile launcher. That's kind of how you got to look at it. So you have to just, you know, you have to look up your laws, look at, you know, where that line in the sand was drawn.
Honestly, Costa Rica never has to deal with this. They don't have
This is the biggest fact of the day, Che. I do not believe the guns are the problem. A gun can't shoot itself. Let's be honest here. Guns aren't the problem. I feel mentally disturbed. Shouldn't be allowed to have guns. And, you know, I always speak out on when these things happen. A lot of times it's either bred, their parents bred it in them. You know, an 18-year-old isn't racist on their own. That's just how I look at it. You know, you have to be taught racism. We know that as we see little kids every day of every color hugging and jumping and holding hands. There ain't no racism there because they weren't taught it. But I do believe, yes, there's a lot of mentally disturbed people. That's a fact. And every school shooter has been a mentally disturbed person. So, I mean, you definitely have to, those things have to be taken into consideration. Whether you have to, I think every American at this point would agree maybe to some form of a psych eval before they got their weapon.
There should have been one that would
You know, I'm not sure what I'm not a legally carrying owner, so I don't know of every rule. But you know, I would imagine you need something. A criminal background might not always be enough. I mean, I've worked jobs where they did criminal backgrounds. Motherfuckers were still selling drugs in there. We were still people were still out committing crimes.
background just means you got caught. That's all.
And that's, some people never get caught. That's a fact.
The good criminals never do.
Do see. I got caught a few times.
You weren't the good criminal. No way.
3 times.
That make you a good criminal. Makes you a bad.
I didn't know I was being watched. I was your age.
Wall Street guys never get caught. They're the good criminals.
Oh, they get caught. It just takes time. Takes time.
Who do you think's owning drug dealing money?
Jordan Belfort shared a cell with Tommy Chong. Do you know what Tommy Chong was in there for? Selling bongs. Because marijuana is not legal on the federal level. So it doesn't matter what your state says. The feds can always come for you. Do say salute. That's DBN. That's what it was written. You know, that's what the meaning was when it was written. If they have guns, you need to have, you know, you need to be able to protect yourself from all threats, domestic and foreign. Dawn, that is crazy, right? With the police, they a lot of European countries roll by that, though. A lot of European countries roll by that. The police don't carry, you know, weapons. Zaid, my brother, welcome in. Great to see you. Texas. I love a taser, not a gun. Not gonna lie. Are tasers illegal in the UK as well, Haley? You know, for other than police? That's fact. Like I said, sis, they started the war on drugs, and I hate to beat it there, already. Drugs won. I understand, Scam. I can agree with that. I am not anti-gun, but I don't get it. Yeah, that's like I said, when it comes to situations like these, I'm never going to understand why a quote grown man is out here, you know, harming children. June, you were getting some salutes in the chat. Dawn said Murph Jr. and gave you a piece. Tommy D in the place to be, my guy. Atomic bombs are overkill. There's only been 2 used. And it was us. It was us. Scam. It's so funny when not funny, ironic, when the incident in Buffalo happened. That's what people, he's 18, he's an adult. I'm like, if he still lives in his parents' house, he turned 18 a month ago. Does that make him an adult? It just means you can register to vote and you could join the army. That is all 18 means. In Newark, growing up in the 70s and 80s, it was so easy to get hammers and silencers. Yeah, I mean, I think it still is, you know? Yes, but the ready access to guns make it easy for America to be a war zone. That's a fact, Tom. That's a fact. And that's what I was saying, you know, towards the obsession, you know, toward Scamala had mentioned about she doesn't totally understand the obsession with guns. Tommy, you're a savage. Listen, all I think, if they got, I mean, they got nukes, so we still can't match what they got. But you know, we're built differently in this country. You know. Here's a good one. My man always says, "You think that gun's going to jump off the table? People need to be properly trained and practiced." And not every opportunity, you know. In Buffalo, the security guard did get a shot off, but the piece of shit was wearing armor, so it did nothing, and he killed that man. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a case to case thing. But as long, you know, whenever you have a quote good guy with a gun, you feel a lot safer. And I seen a few minutes ago, our brother Kenny was, you know, saying Craigslist was looking for crisis actors. And I see why people go this route, because when you see these types of things back to back and you're like, okay, this could be a gun grab, you know? I do understand why people think that way. Deuce, there was a shooting in Texas at an elementary school. 14 confirmed dead. I guess 15, including the shooter. They're saying the shooter's dead. He killed his grandmother before. My son is about to be 19, still in school, still lives here. Other than 18, you know what I mean? I'm not disrespecting him when I say what makes him a man. You know, he doesn't have responsibilities. You know, that's kind of what makes you a quote man, or a woman, not turning 18. It's those responsibilities of life, job, children, family. Rich, bless your family too, brother. Thank you. Mine is 15, and she is so far from mine. Will be 19 and 17, and I agree. Some 30-year-olds have a 12-year-old mentality. That's facts. That's facts. Just trying to jump ahead a little bit here, guys. Trying to see some. You guys have some great points here. I just saw something I wanted to say. I know what you're saying, Tom, but on the same token, that was written into the Constitution saying to protect yourself from all threats, foreign and domestic, which means we give up all our AKs, the other side has them, we don't. How do you protect yourself if, you know, little word, big meaning, of course, but if the tides were to turn and the government made that, quote, stand? I'd rather have it than not have it. It's just my point. I totally agree with you with the way they're being used. It is an epidemic, you know? I mean, and that's kind of what it goes to. So it's, okay, so we don't need AKs. Okay, so someone could say we don't need shotguns, we don't need 9s, we don't need 4. You know, where does it end when it comes to that? If you can't promise that it would just be the government going for, you know, high-powered rifles. You don't know that they're going to go for just that. Babe, I see your text. Whatever you want to do, as always, my dear. But guys, I'm gonna try to pop the news back on real quick. We'll see what they're talking about.
Well made, urging
once again, we're listening to 6 ABC.
Another horrific shooting playing out in America, to think about loved ones, their neighbors, and if anyone is in need of help getting through what is an extraordinarily heavy time in this country, please help them seek help, and certainly if you're concerned, reach out to authorities. I want to talk about that statement just coming in from the White House. The press secretary saying President Biden has been briefed on the horrific news of this elementary school shooting in Texas. Obviously, will continue to be briefed. His prayers are with the families impacted by this awful event, and he will speak this evening when he arrives back at the White House, obviously after his overseas trip. That from Karine Jean-Pierre, the White House press secretary, moments ago, the statement from the president. I want to bring in Brad Garrett along.
And real quick, guys, just what we were saying earlier, you know, the criminals don't abide by these laws. Let's say tomorrow morning, excuse me, let's say tomorrow morning, Joe Biden gets on the news and says there's a ban on AKs specifically. All the people, the responsible gun owners turn them in. Now criminals have them on top of the police and military, and we don't. It's not even, we're not even talking about government takeover. We're talking about protecting yourself. You don't want to take a knife to a gunfight, so to speak. That's where I'm at with, like I said, where I'm at with it is I know how the government works sometimes. I'm not sure they're going to stop there. You know what I mean? I'm not sure they're going to stop there. But I mean, I agree, but I understand where Tommy's coming from with this, because, you know, when you're hearing about children, you know, for Christ's sake, it hits you in your damn heart. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Yeah, Kels is definitely getting her stuff on, at least, you know, the handgun for sure. I do understand. I get where Tommy's coming from. Like, if we could snap our fingers, you know, rub a genie lamp, you know, I know these things aren't realistic, but if we could wish away all the guns so we knew everyone was gone, Sure. But like I said, they made drugs illegal in the 30s. We're from Kensington. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just criminals don't follow law. You know, war on drugs, drugs won. I'm Tommy. That's definitely. I'm gonna put that up. Just give me a second. That's definitely something that we have to start talking about. Society, you know, people always jump to democratic ran cities, but it's like violence is everywhere. Drugs are everywhere. You know, we do need a different way. On the same token, not everybody is going to get down with that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I agree 1,000%. We do need a new way. When Ukraine and Russia, I was the first one saying, who the fuck is conquering land in 2020? Do you know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree with you on, you know, we need a new way. We definitely need a new way. You know what I mean? But I'm not confident everybody would, you know? It's a good point, Tom. If we don't break the cycles, then they never will be broken. I mean, I try to stay faithful. I try to have faith that our kids' generation it will save the world. I have that in my heart of hearts. Hey, Cain and Abel, they were fucking Adam and Eve's kids. First murder, Cain and Abel, they were Adam and Eve's kids so it wasn't that far away. Guns don't kill people, people kill people. That's a fact. And, and that's what you really have to take into consideration. Not Tommy, but others, when they hear these things, they go to the extremes. I'm not saying that's what he's doing at all. We're talking about something else here. But people go right to them. Oh, my God, ban all guns. And they don't shoot themselves. They're not robotic. But Tommy, I mean, I'm not going to say I'm disagreeing with you at all, bro. You're making very, very good points. But, as an American and the freedoms we're privileged to have, people have fought and died for us to have. I came up kind of that way. And like I said, I'm a Constitution purist. I want the Constitution to be as it's written, and I want it to be perceived as it's written. I don't want you to write a sentence, all men are created equal, and then have slaves. So let's act like all men are created equal. Freedom of speech, freedom of press. The Fourth Amendment, people don't bring up enough. Right to a speedy trial. People don't realize that one. Plead the Fifth. You don't have to incriminate yourself. The Third Amendment, your home doesn't need to be occupied by a military. These were very important things in those times where they tried to project to the future what would be needed. I've heard people say, oh, when they wrote that, they were talking about farmers with muskets, but they were also visionaries who were looking forward. If you think the country's going to advance, why wouldn't you naturally think that the weaponry would advance? And this, I think as an American, and you should definitely carry something. Things are getting wild. When Tommy was going to fucking Kensington, I'm thinking, I wish this guy had at least a 22 on him. Do you know what I mean? 22s ain't out here blowing no one's head off, but they will scare somebody. And it may give you, Scamula, what a great point. What a great point. And this is happening in Texas, as red as it gets. But all this happens in Democratic-run cities. And when that's the shit that cracks me up. Someone said that before, this is probably about a year ago. It was in Morals Over Money. Salute to Brother Frank, our brother. But they had said the heroin epidemic, the opioid epidemic, was a Democratic problem. Oh, no, this was Facebook. This wasn't Frank's. Do apologize. But still sub to Frank. That's the bro. But I was on Facebook and someone said the heroin epidemic was a Democrat thing. So 2 easy searches on Google. 1, what is the most what state is considered to be the most Republican? Which it was Iowa or South Dakota. One of them, North Dakota, something in that area. Oh, it was Idaho. So Okay, that's the most Republican state. Is there a heroin epidemic in Idaho or Wisconsin? Yes. Yes, there is. It's everywhere. So, that's people want a big bad monster. The Republicans, it's the Democrats, they want to take our laws and abort babies the day after they're born. And y'all need a monster. You go to these extremes. You need that monster to help you eat your chicken tendies. Same, Tommy, but it's not safe no more here. Listen, leaving Philly was a harder decision than it should have been at the time. I lived in Philly for 35 years. You know what I mean? I never knew anything else. So to move out here where I had visited twice, I knew it was a lot slower, a lot quieter. It was it was definitely a process, but people telling me like, yo, you got to make even my old man, like, yo, you got to make that leap. Sometimes you got to make that leap, and it's paid itself hand and foot. Homeschool is safer if you can. Deuce, it is, but also I feel like kids you kind of hurt your kid with homeschooling because I don't know, because we always want to protect our kids more than, but it's like, dude, I went to a public school in North Philadelphia in the 90s. And it's like, that's where you first learn the world is school. You learn how there's different people, different backgrounds, different psychologies, and it's different brains. Some people are hyper focused. Other people say crazy things. Other people are actually crazy. You know what I mean? So. We've been killing each other since the caveman days. Homo sapiens killed off the caveman. That's a fact. Well, other than the ones they think, hybrids we made it with and stuff. There's so many theories on that stuff, but they do say, Homo sapien did kill off Homo erectus. That is a fact. Also, we need to be real happy we're not Neanderthal, guys, because how plausible is Homo erectus? That was like a boner joke. Pause. If the natives had guns, this country would still be theirs. To an extent. There was a lot of chemical warfare as well, smallpox on blankets and things like that. Guys, we jumped a little bit. Please bear with me. Linda, salute again. If I didn't say it, I think I did, but salute again. Yeah, there was a mass shooting, guys. I'll play the news again in a second here. We're listening to ABC News' report on it. They're reporting at 14 dead in Texas. Not sure if that's including the shooter who they reported was dead. Mass shooting at a elementary school, which is just fucking tragic. Yeah, and that's so true that the quarantine really showed us like what homeschool is like. You know what I mean? Like during that quarantine, no one was allowed to leave. So that makes it a little different, like to see how your children would act. But it's like my son did what, 9 grades in Philly schools? The last 3 up here should be nothing, But you always have to be on your toes. You never know where this shit's going to happen. This wasn't a major city. This is in rural Texas where everyone carries guns. It's crazy. Appreciate everybody rocking out with me. This is Murph, the Dirty Kenzo. We're going to try to hang in there for about another 20 minutes or so. Murph at 420, bringing common sense back to YouTube. Coming to you with heavy hearts, tragic news of a shooting in Texas. I am going to now go back to ABC's reporting of it. ABC News. I have their live stream on YouTube.
One time ABC News
This was initially just a reunification center. Parents were told that their students were evacuated into the center here and were told to wait until all the students were accounted for, and then they could be picked up here. Unfortunately, what we're seeing now here at the Civic Center is there's families that are getting some of the worst news of their life, and you'll see families passing behind me, even coming this other way as they're going inside to learn more about this tragedy that happened here. We did just get a briefing from the Uvalde Police Department from Pete Arredondo. He's the police chief here, and he couldn't give us a whole lot of information. Most of our information actually coming from Governor Greg Abbott, but he said this is a school filled with second to fourth graders, and they confirmed there were deaths, they confirmed there were injuries, and they said they're working on notifying all of those families. And we know that's a lot of what's happening in a lot of these rooms in the Civic Center here behind us. We see families coming out,
appreciate you.
each other and crying because they're getting news that they.
So people are going to the Civic Center to see if they can pick up their children. This fucking guy. I don't answer the text, so let me call. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to drop a song for you so I can answer this fucking text. My old man's a pain in my ass. Badlands. All right, guys, just real quick, I'm back. I had to send a quick text to my old man Tom. Give me a few damn minutes. But I'm seeing Pammy's point here, and I wanted to bring it up. That's why I stopped the music, actually. Right here. Jobs, price of gas, price of food, pushing people to their limits. Not an excuse, but a possible explanation. For some of for some of this, I agree 1,000,000%. These school shooters, I think this is more of a mental issue. But ooh, Deucey, the enemy is disrespect and unaccountability. Look at you spitting some shit, Deucey. I see you. But yeah, that's sis. Could you, these parents are pulling up to the Civic Center. Oh, your child's not in here. They're one of the ones, Jesus Christ. Tragic. Fucking tragic. But, and people are getting to a breaking point. Sometimes I wonder, are they doing this shit on purpose? You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, are they doing this shit? Everything's you took people's jobs with the quarantine. Now you want to raise prices? Like, people are still trying to rebound from last fucking year. Just fucking tragic, man. Nobody wants to see some shit like this. Sorry about that. If I hit you guys with an echo, I had to put the backup on. Trying to do. Where are we at here? Appreciate everybody rocking out today, guys. Obviously, we wish the conversation was more lighthearted, But here on Murph and 420, we don't we don't just say we're trying to bring common sense back. You can't avoid tough situations, but with that. Trying to logic things, you're going to have to deal with the good and the bad. So, I really wouldn't want to deal with this with another, anybody else other than this great group of people we have here. Amazing community, great people. Hug your kids a little tighter tonight for sure. Deuce, this part always drove me nuts. Can't blame the music or anything, but leadership. I agree. Listen, when Columbine happened and they blamed it on Marilyn Manson, at the time I was like, I listen to Marilyn Manson. I've never once heard him talk about those types of things. He talks about being bullied and shit like that, sure, but not the actions those gentlemen took, we'll say. I just, it's crazy. They blame it on Maryland and the heroin, but where were the parents at? I agree with that line by Eminem too, because I feel so many times when these things happen, it's like if one person out of that person's entire life looked in a little bit, seen the person wasn't acting there, you know what I mean? Like, and tragically, this kid killed his grandmother today. So even if she seen him snap, she didn't even have a chance to report it, Sis, you have to be hyper vigilant. And I'll say this to everybody. I tell Kels this when we're out. Head on a swivel, eyes in the back of your head. You never know when you just looking around will save your life. Obviously, you're in the wrong hood or the cops behind you. Don't go looking around all crazy. But be on your P's and Q's like you came after O. You know what I'm saying? Stay on your toes. Pammy, we haven't heard anything yet. Did you hear Manson on Bowling for Columbine? He shut that down, as he should. I mean, it's coming out now that Manson's a fucking dirtball, so fuck him. But, you have to separate the art from the artist. I didn't see people, we didn't hear about this. Alice Cooper was doing some of this shit in the 70s. Like, where do you think Manson got it from? So I don't think people always take that into consideration. Appreciate everybody rocking out with us. We are at 1 hour and 27 minutes, which means we have 13 minutes to go, right? No, we have 3 minutes to go. I was going to go to 6, so that's 13. So we'll try to hang in there till 6, guys. We have at least 2 or 3 more songs. I will play just a little bit more of the audio, coming from the news. Make sure you guys are keeping your eyes on the community here, though, because a couple of people going live tonight. Tommy will be going live. True will be going live. But here's a little more of ABC News' coverage.
Is also dead, and we have just received an image of that gunman, 18 years old. Our investigative report.
Look at this fucking freak.
Now, Aaron, what more do we know about this suspect who is now dead, believed to be a member of that community and that school district?
I wish I could have.
Indeed, David. He's identified by the governor of Texas as 18-year-old Salvador Ramos, a student at Uvalde High School, and he is believed to have shot and killed his grandmother before entering Robb Elementary School and opening fire with a firearm that has not yet been made clear, according to police. They're still trying to track down the weapon. Shot and killed 14 elementary school students along with 1 teacher, and law enforcement sources tell us, David, that the suspect, 18-year-old Salvador Ramos himself, was killed there at the scene.
And Aaron, again, Salvador Ramos believed to be a student in that district.
A student in the very community where he opened fire, it's believed, according to police, a student at Uvalde High School. Whether he was still going to classes or whether he had stopped going hasn't been made clear, but according to the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, Salvador Ramos is or was a student at Uvalde High School, the very community where Robb Elementary School is located, that came under fire by this gunman after he had shot and killed his grandmother. Authorities are now trying to go.
Just a quick pause on that, guys. So this is a high school student who went into the elementary school. Like, this isn't registered. This doesn't make fucking sense. Why didn't you go to the high school? Like, did the little kids pick on you, you fucking weirdo? Like, what is wrong with people? Jesus Christ.
Through his background to see if there were any accomplices or anyone else who may have had an inkling that this shooting was about to come, David.
All right, that is the major headline coming in right now. The suspect had the image of him just a short time ago. Public, again, an 18-year-old believed to be a member of that community and a student at the high school there. Governor Abbott, again, confirming that number we came on the air with a bit ago, earlier this afternoon, when we reported that we believe that up to 14 children could be dead. And now, sadly, the governor has confirmed those numbers along with just a few more details of what played out this afternoon. Let's listen to the governor now.
First, I want to tell you that what happened in Uvalde is a horrific tragedy that cannot be tolerated in the state of Texas. And there is swift action being taken by local law enforcement as well as the Texas Department of Public Safety. They obviously now know who the shooter was. The shooter is no longer alive. Let me give you some details, and then I'll give you a summation about that. The shooter was Salvador Romas, an 18-year-old male who resided in Uvalde. It's believed that he abandoned his vehicle and entered into the Robb Elementary School in Uvalde with a handgun, and he may have also had a rifle, but that is not yet confirmed according to my most recent report. He shot and killed horrifically, incomprehensibly, 14 students and killed a teacher. Mr. Romas, the shooter, he himself is deceased, and is believed that responding officers killed him. It appears that 2 responding officers were struck by rounds, but have no serious injuries. The Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District Police Department is the investigating agency, and we will provide them and the city of Uvalde substantial investigative and patrol assistance. We're in the process of obtaining detailed background information on the subject, his motive, the types of weapons used, the legal authority to possess them, and conduct a comprehensive crime scene investigation and reconstruction, and identify and interview all witnesses and provide victim services and other support as needed. Victor Escalon is the Texas Department of Public Safety South Texas Regional Director. He's on the scene, and everything that can be done will be done.
I don't own the rights to this audio. This, again, is ABC News reporting on the tragedy in rural Texas. Again, I do not own the rights. This is a reaction and review of the news. Thank you.
In between those 2 shootings. And the subject is reported to be a student, to have been a student at Uvalde High School, and is a U.S. citizen. Bottom line is this, however, and that is, when parents drop their kids off at school, they have every expectation to know that they're going to be able to pick their child up when that school day ends. And there are families who are in mourning right now, and the state of Texas is in mourning with them for the reality that
the whole country's with them right now, brother.
Pick up their children. Our job
Every
is
parent.
multifold. First, to make sure we address exactly what happened in this crime scene, and then second, to make sure we take that information and do everything that is necessary to ensure that crime scenes like this are not going to be repeated in the future, and that we're going to be able to ensure the safety and security of our schools.
You were listening to Texas's governor just a short time ago confirm.
All right, guys. So, well, I don't know how you can be a parent and that just doesn't really like hit home, you know? I agree with that. You guys in the chat are like killing it, your comments. Oh, Deuce, I seen that. He is an American citizen because he looks Mexican. They had to clarify that, I guess. Another one of their amazing racist twists. This was in elementary school. These were little itty bitty babies. They couldn't hurt a fly. It makes me so angry. I agree. I agree tenfold. Yes, Linda, definitely heartbreaking. Schools are not safe anymore. Yeah, Dawn, you ain't lying. It just keeps happening. That's a fair point, DBN. I mean, they tried with their metal detectors and everyone wearing the same uniforms. And yeah, we need an education reform in this country. There's a lot of kids that hate school, and it's the uniformity of it that they hate. Like, let's keep it a buck. You're teaching my kid geometry, or algebra rather. It's not used all the time. Most times you know your variables. You only need algebra when you don't know one of the variables. So, I mean, you can use it, but you could also use, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. I think we need to refocus on a lot of stuff. They took music out of schools. A lot of the art programs like that, music and extracurricular activities, sports in some schools. And, You know, we wonder why these kids are out here acting a fool. They have nothing to fucking do anymore. There's no such thing as an arcade. You want to know where you go to the arcade? A barcade, which is a bar for young people, young adults, you know, to middle-aged people who played fucking video games when they were kids. There ain't nothing for these kids no more. There's no pool halls. There's no, you know, it just doesn't exist anymore. So I appreciate everybody who tuned in with us. Again, this is Murph at 420. Some days we have fun combos. This one went a little, you know, heavy-hearted. Definitely prayers up for all those affected in Texas, as well as every parent. You know, these things really hit close to home. So we're going to wrap it up here in just a minute. I will drop a song on the way out. I do want to thank everyone for their amazing points, counterpoints, civil debate. I always love that, you know, where people can talk and have countering ideas and, you know, still survive. Okay, so Zaid's saying they're reporting that the police killed the shooter. Okay, I had heard a report of suicide, self-deletion as well. You got to know what words to use on here. Grape. Self-deletion, shit like that. Forcibly taken sex. You know, you have to be so specific or algorithms will fuck you up. But guys, again, you know, prayers to even, you know, he killed his grandmother. So prayers to the family who need the prayers for her. And, you know, I just ask everybody, hug your kids a little tighter tonight. And, you know, have these talks with them, what to do if this situation comes. Me and Kels, we had to have that conversation with our kids. We knew it was going to be a hard one, but what do you do if you're, you know, this is what we believe you should do in that situation. You know, so nobody wants to prepare their children for this, but it's better to be, you know, what is it? If you fail to prepare, prepare to fail. It's a great fucking quote. Linda, that's a fact. There's arcades, corner stores, none of that exists anymore. These kids have nothing to do, and they wonder why they're, you know, why did he become a drug dealer at 12? Okay, I guess he should have joined that program that you took away, right? Those after-school programs. But yeah, guys, appreciate you as always. Please hit that like button and subscribe. That is the currency here on YouTube. Gets us in the algorithm, hopefully out to a bigger audience. We do want to take this as big as possible. As I said in the beginning, not monetized over here. We are a page for and by the people. If you'd like to contribute, the Cash App is on the screen. You'd like to become a member, I do have that on Patreon until the monetization stuff's all taken care of. Then we'll have membership and stickers and stuff here. But until that point, patreon.com/theDirtyKenzo, and that'll get you exclusive content, first dibs on future merch, and things of that nature. So if you appreciate Dirty Kenzo Productions, you got a couple extra bucks a month, please feel free. If you don't, do not feel obligated. I would never want anyone to stretch themselves thin for something where you're considered a part of already. So, you know. But yeah, guys, appreciate you as always. I'm going to play Hometown Hero on the way out again. I do ask you look around the community. Find there's going to be a few lives going on tonight. I know Tommy has one set. Quinn has some set. I believe True. So please keep your eyes peeled on that. You will see me again Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, Cooking with Kels, COOKINWITKELLZ. Cooking with Kels, 7 Eastern. I am the co-host to my better half, my beautiful wife. Again, salute to our work warriors, whether you're beginning, starting, or in the middle of your shift. We definitely appreciate you. Day ones, I got to salute you guys. She-wolves, everybody, you know, salute to you guys. You guys make it worth it. As I always say, hit that like button, the subscribing, the sharing, those comments. It really does mean a lot to a content creator. It's kind of what we do it for. So, again, guys, prayers up for Texas, and stay blessed and beautiful as always. Hometown Hero.
Midwest, down south.
Guys, I dropped Tommy D's link in the chat. He's going to be live in in about 10-15 minutes. Make sure you guys show him some love. He's over there at the boys baseball games. Show love to all the community. Definitely check out my brother ATG Barn again for the merch. My man Richie Rich for the radio show. It's a legit radio show. But yeah, guys, once again, prayers up for Texas, all those affected. And salute and love to everybody except for those Bush babies that we don't like. Certain ones.
Reyes, is that you? Mudfoot, I know you're here.
Hey, Dragonfly.
Think I can get the $80 you owe me now?
Silence. Silence. I ain't got no money, pa.
That's what I say when they say they want Quinn to give the cash apps back. He ain't got no money, huh? Silence. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you Thursday, Cooking with Kels, Friday, Murph at 4:20 p.m. Eastern. Prayers up. Salute. Peace.